worship your supremacy. We give you the glory. We worship you, Father. For you alone is worthy to be praised. Glorious God, beautiful King, excellent God, I bow before your throne. Glorious God, beautiful King, excellent God, I bow before your throne. Glorious God, beautiful King, excellent God, I bow before your throne. I bow before your throne. Worship at your feet. Bow before your throne. You are a glorious God. I bow before your throne. Worship at your feet. Father, we bow before your throne. Hey, Jesus. I bow before your throne. Worship at your feet. I bow before your throne. We lay your crowns. We lay your crowns. Jesus. Oh, be lifted. We lay your crowns.
Good evening, friends, and welcome to your evening broadcast. You're welcome to Impact Royal TV. I just want to quickly encourage you, friends, to share on your wall. Try to subscribe if you have the means to do so, and I believe that you have the means to do so. Share on your wall, subscribe, so that somebody can be blessed through this message today. Your host today, my name is Dr. Tayo Ogunmefun. I'm sure you got aware of me basically, but today I want to look at the book of the Elders, part 3. It's a series. It's a series. In the last week I did a part 2 of the book of the Elders, and it's just about wisdom. So today I want to share some few tips with you regarding the book of the Elders. So for today, we're going to start by looking at what I could say, and technically say, guard your talk. Guard your talk. In other words, redo your tongue. Be careful of what you say. That is the key. Be careful of what you say. You see, many people have used their mouth to destroy their tomorrow. They use their mouth to destroy their tomorrow. Because thinking that, yes, I have the freedom to talk. But let's look at it this way. The same mouth you have is what some people like, the comedian Brain Jota, Basket Mouth, Davido, other great men and women of God, they use the mouth to build a career. To build their career, to feed their family, and to do great things. But you're using your own mouth to do things that do not that is not profitable, that do not bring anything to you. You see, one of the things that you need to understand in life is that what you say can either break you, destroy you, or give you a breakthrough. Yes, we live in a world of communications. We live in a world that everyone believes that their opinion matters, their opinion is right. Especially in this generation of I can say whatever I want to say. I have the right to say whatever I want to say. Yet nobody is saying you do not have the right to say whatever you want to say. But you need to be very careful that what you say will not stand against you tomorrow. What you say will not harm you tomorrow. You see, look at it this way. If you go into politics, some of the things that, you may not even be thinking that you're going to go into politics, but go and look at the politicians. Some of the things they have said in the past, they thought they were saying it at the time, the heat of the moment, the environment, the circumstances at the time, made them to make such statements. But years after, those are the things that the opponents may likely start to use against you, which they do. You see, recently, the protests in Nigeria, there was a lot of debate going on about the protest and whether the protest was right. They should protest. Some encourage it, some discourage it, and someone went and brought the president pictures and video when he led a protest was it in the 80s or in the 90s? When he led a protest, they brought it out. That now, during that time, you were protesting, including him and the former President Buhari, when they led a protest against Jonathan. Now, years after, now others now want to protest. They brought that back. So you need to be very careful sometimes what you say. If you speak in anger, then it's going to hurt you. It's going to haunt you for life, because one of the things we have to remember is internet never forget, as they say. Also, people that you say horrible and nasty things to, they never forget. But they may remind you tomorrow, because you open your mouth loosely. So I say, guard your talk. Be careful what you say. Be careful how you say it, how you present. You may be angry, you may be hurt, that may be a reason for you to react, but always think about tomorrow. What happens tomorrow if those statements were brought up? So isn't that those things going to affect the future of your life? Even your children too. Even your children. It may affect their future. It may affect their glory. It may affect their next level, their destiny. So I just want you to understand that you need to guard your talk. You need to guard your mouth. You need to guard what you say, and you need to be very careful. Then number 2, Book of the Elders. Now, to share with you today is what I call stop comparing yourself. Stop comparing yourself. You see, you see a lot of things on the social media, the kind of some people living a flamboyant life, living large, living big, you see some ladies, Yes, they do not have a job, using iPhone 15 Pro Max, which is about 2 point something million, and putting on a wig of 1 point something million or 300,000, whatever it is. And those kind of lifestyle that made you to think, I will have to do what I need to do because I want to live like them. You don't know how they make their money. You don't know what kind of, whether holistic or unholistic sacrifices that they make, that they get their money from. But all I want to say to you is this: comparing yourself to others is just a needless distraction. Because number one, you never walk their walk. So you never talk their talk. You never know what background they're coming from. You never know whether what they do is holistic or non-holistic. But whatever the man choose to do, there's always a consequence. There's always a repercussion. So don't use somebody else's standard to measure your own standard. Don't run somebody else's race. Don't use this as a way to run your race. Oh, you may want to tell me, but you need a motivator. You need someone to motivate you, someone that you look up to. That's a different concept. But when you comparing yourself to other people, it is a dangerous trend, because you're not trying to be yourself. You see, when you try to be yourself, then you be able to add value to your own life and to yourself and to other people. So your mission is to become better than those people that you're comparing yourself with. That should be your mission. To be better than them, not to be like them. Not to be like them. He says, one of the things, sometimes you see people, I want to be like so and so. No, you need to desire to be better than that person. You should be better than that person. The essence of breaking records is the fact that you put effort in. You put effort in, that there is a record in the family that I need to break. That's a record in the family that needs to break. I did, because in my own family, my family is well educated, enlightened, but I broke the record. The record I broke was I was the first person to have a PhD, and I'm praying that others too will beat my record. They will beat my record. I got my PhD at an old age, but I pray that the younger ones, my children and all my nephews and nieces, they will be able to break that record. So in other words, you anticipate to beat the records, not by comparing. Because if I compare myself with others, then I will have limited the potentials of becoming who I am today. So stop comparing yourself. If you do not have a car today, that's not mean you're not going to have a car tomorrow. If you cannot use iPhone 15 Pro Max now, you can use this tomorrow. You can. If you do not have a house now, does not mean that before you die, you're not going to have a house. So stop comparing yourself. We've seen people that made it. No, let me tell you this. When we were growing up, there are people that are ahead of us. Then, when I was in year 5, they were in they're doing their HSL at the time. So, but they driving car, they living well, living large. We look up to them. We always, I just want to be like that brother. Having a Volkswagen B2 when they started walking, things were, there are people that love. I want to be like. All I wish my parents too can buy me a car. All I wish my father can, you start to wish because you have friends whose parents bought them cars. But can I tell you today, those people were no longer in the same category with us, because we beat their level, we beat their class. We're better than them. And you see, if you compare yourself to other people, you never know where they're coming from. You never know. But what you need to do is to be the record, to be better than them. You do that by focusing on what you can do today to improve yourself. You do that by focusing on what you can do today to improve yourself. And you see, there are so many things you can do to improve yourself. If you do not have education, it doesn't matter how old you are, you can still get an education. There's adult education. There's open university. You may not have, all your credit at O level, but if you have experience in life, experience in work, then you are able to read and write, you can assimilate, then your experience in life can qualify you for a foundation course. And when you do very well in your foundation course, you pass all your modules at foundation course, that move you to year 1. You can do it at your own pace. You do not have to do it on a full time. You can do it on a part time. Gradually you will get there. You will get the qualification. There's a man that I read some years back. He fought during the Second World War. Joined the British Army during the Second World War. So as a younger person, he had no qualification. Then when he came back from war, he started to work. He built his family, his business. At 70, when he went back to university, and he did a bachelor. By the time he was getting to his 90s, he had his PhD. So the real issue was that whether you had your PhD at 20s or at 70s, at 90, it doesn't matter what it is, you have a PhD. It's going to be at the back of your name, that you're Dr. So and so with a bracket PhD. So you achieve your dreams. So stop comparing yourself with other people. If peradventure you are in ministry, the ministry is struggling. Look, every ministry that you see, they become big today, they started somewhere. They started with struggle. So you may be going through the struggle right now, does not mean that you're not going to overcome. You just need to focus on what you can do today to improve yourself. You also, need to understand that life comes with different challenges. Thank you, my son. Emmanuel, God bless you. Besoke, God bless you. Samuel Benga, thank you for joining. Try to share on your wall. Let others too be blessed, because the wisdom of elders part 3, the wisdom of the elder part 3 is to provoke you to think and to reason. You see, so many people went to different parts of the world. They instead of focusing, but they allow the trappings, the enjoyment, the weather, the situation, the circumstances to take their attention away from their purpose of coming. So I'm just saying this to you, that look, don't compare yourself with other people, because you never walk their walk. You never travel their travel. But what you need to do as a mission, your mission is to become better than others. And you need to allow that to spur you, to inspire you. You need to have it in mind that, there's someone in my family that needs to beat his record. Not that he wants to be like him. Beat that record. So you don't need to compare yourself. You need to, because by comparing yourself, you're just trying to limit who you are, but you can do better. So you need to try to do better. So, and in the course of doing better, improve your skill, improve your ability, work on your strength, whatever you need to do that can get you from where you are to where you need to be. And try to do it. Number 3, book of the elders that I want to share with you, I say add value to others. You see, if you're unable to add value to yourself, you cannot add value to other people. And when your life do not add value to other people, then they cannot add value to you. So don't be someone that's only interested in receiving receiving and receiving and receiving. But your life is not adding value, it's not giving. So you are not planting and you just want to harvest. So life is about adding value to other people's life. You see, a life that had value can never remain poor. A life that had value can never be stagnant. A life that had value will continue to progress. Your progress may be slow, but you will continue to progress gradually and gradually and gradually. Because what you have done is to add value. The question today is your life adding value, or your life is only taking value from other people? It won't take too long before they get to know who you are, that they know you are just a user. But if you're adding value, then your value becomes double. Your value becomes multiplied. So think of adding value, because when you look at all the inventors, what they do is to add value. It's basically about adding value. I mean, if you look at the mobile phone we have now, when Steve Jobs decided to say, I'm going to do something that will make people to have at the palm of their hands everything that they need. You may be thinking that, that's not possible, but it's about solving problems, it's about adding value. But today now, the phone in your hands can do so much. In fact, our life now depends on our phone. You have your email, you have all your banking system, you have all the apps, whatever you want to talk about, what you have on your laptop is already synchronized with your phone. Some phone, my phone is about 256 gig, my phone. And I have two of them put together, that's about 500 gigs. You can imagine the kind of information that you can store on them. Some people have over 30,000 pictures, videos on their phone. Whereas those days, before Steve Jobs came up with all these revolutionary ideas, you understand? In fact, the laptop at the time was maybe 125 megabytes. And it will be as huge as this, as massive. But look at it, he revolutionized. He came up with an idea that can add value. So if you fail to add value, then you will reduce in value. If you fail to improve yourself, then you will decrease. So look at Nokia. At the time, Nokia was the phone of the time. But today, where is Nokia? Nokia gone because they refuse to improve. They refuse to improve. So at the time, you have to be big boys. You were the big boy that were using Nokia then. And I remember that we're just about 3 or 4 of us all around there that were using, particularly in the church. It was me, Pastor Ayo, then Sister Debbie, were the one that were using Nokia there. So you are, and maybe 1 or 2, Evangelist Kenny, were the top guys using Nokia. The rest were not using Nokia because you were top guys. So like you did today now, that you're using iPhone and Samsung, but Nokia was the phone of the time. But guess what happened? They died because they never improved. They no longer adding value. When your life is not adding value, you will die. So you need to add value. Life is about adding value. If you do, others too will add values to you. They will add value to you. They will even make it more better. And that value will even make your life more glorious, much better. You will be, people will look for you. People will want to associate with you. They want you to do business with you because they know that you're adding value. The difference between the rich and the poor is the fact that the rich is adding value, the poor is taking value. So the poor, they are not adding value, they just want to take and take and take. And that's why the Bible says, as a man think, so you will be, so you become. So the way you think is the way you're going to become. So if all what you do, whether in ministry, you are to add value. In politics, you are to add value. Even as a businessman or woman, entrepreneur, you are adding value by providing services that is making people much better, and they will spend their money, and they will collect the goods, then you collect the money. Both ways adding value. Life is about adding value. Jesus came into the world. If you want to go to the biblical perspective, Jesus came into the world to add value, not to take away value, but to add value. So I ask you again today, that is your life adding value, or your life is only taking value from other people? Very soon they will discover who you are, and for that reason they may choose not to want to have anything to do with you, because you're not adding values to their life. You're not adding value. So the last one for today, I call it do the right thing. Do the right thing. You see, one of the fastest way to build self-esteem is to do what is right. And that's according to John Maxwell, which I completely agree with him, because the view was from the biblical perspective. Do the right thing. Do the right thing. You may want to ask me what is the right thing, but you too, I ask you, what is the right thing to you? Because God has given every human being the sense of thinking rightly. But if you allow the devil to take over your right thinking ability, then it is your fault, but you know what is right. If you know what is right, then do what is right. It is not right for you to destroy others, to run them down, to backbite, to begin to run your mouth in a negative way. It is not right. But so what is right for you is to make sure that, look, if you cannot lift them up, don't bring them down. If you cannot support them, leave them the way they are. So the issue of the right thing is that they say, do unto others as you want others to do unto you. But in the process of that I've said that, you need to do the right thing. There are some people that you need to be very careful about, because this category of people, they are just takers, they are just receivers, they have nothing to give in return. So you need to be very careful of them. But don't forget that in life, wisdom is profitable. So you need that wisdom. And that's what the book of Elders is dealing with. It's about wisdom series, that do the right thing. Sometimes in the process of doing the right thing, some people may be offended. But when your conscience genuinely says to you that what you have done is the right thing, years later, or months later, or later time, they will come back to their senses, and they'll be able to reason with you that what you have done happens to be the right thing. So that can only be the right thing. The right thing is the only thing that can take you to the next level. So always endeavor to do the right thing, And by doing the right thing, I mean you need to be true to yourself. You need to be true to your value. You need to be true to your integrity. You need to be true to the fact that you are in this world not just to add numbers, but to make life much better. You are in that family. Always get this clear. You can never be an island. I don't know what kind of family you come from. I don't know what the nature of your family, how you've been offended, how they've not been friendly, they've not been nice to you, their family is always family. That is your family that can stand with you in the days of sorrow, in the days of challenges. It's your family that can be there for you, but they can only be there for you if you've been there for them. And when we're talking about being there, if you can be there financially, all well and good. But it's not all of us that can be there financially, but you can be there physically. You can be there emotionally. You can support one another. So that's what life is all about. That to do the right thing. I don't feel ashamed. Don't feel ashamed to do the right thing. When you're doing it, people may think that you're stupid, you're foolish, you don't know what you're doing. But you know what you're doing, and you know that it is important and essential for you to do the right thing. But in the process, as I've said moments ago, you need to apply wisdom, because there are some people, they have nothing to offer but to take and to take and to take and to take. Doing the right thing is also the ability to stop them, to put them on caution. Doing the right thing also involves to train our children in the way of the Lord, in the way that when you are gone, they will be able to stand the test and the challenges. And that's what I have come to share with you today in the book of the elders. As I've said, the book of the elders is about wisdom. It's about wisdom. And the Bible made me to know that wisdom is profitable. It's profitable. I'm just sharing this with you to challenge you, to encourage you, and to let you know that, look, time and tide wait for no one. You need to add value. Your life need to add value for you to change your level. But if you are not adding value, you will reduce in value. But if you add value, you will move to the next level of glory. So that's what I have come to share with you today on Impact Royal TV with your program, Something in It for You. I believe there is something in it for you. I believe you'll be able to pick one or two things I've shared with you today. 1, do the right thing. 2, add values to others. 3, stop complaining. Stop comparing yourself. Stop comparing yourself. We came to this world differently. We're going to go differently. Our journey in this world is different. Our desire is different. Our race, our pace is different. You run your race. Don't run other people's race. Until such a time I come your way again. Have a nice evening. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. But please do me a favor. Share on your wall. Try to subscribe on YouTube, Impact Royal TV, or on Facebook, Impact Royal TV. The moment we are on, you will be notified. And there's always something that you can always pick up and you run with it. All I wish I know what I know today when I started the journey of life. When I started, then I can assure you that I will have been much bigger than today. But I still bless the name of the Lord for His grace, and I bless the name of the Lord for what I am. But I want you to do better. I want you to do better, be stronger. That's always been my prayer, that our children will be greater than us. But they need to listen, because there are so many voices speaking now. There are so many things going on in the world. Chaos all over the places. Pollution everywhere. But you have to understand one thing. In the midst of all this, then you need to understand the principle that can make you to have a better tomorrow. Your father, my father may not do very well, but that does not mean we should follow the footsteps. What it means is we need to beat their record. We need to do better. Until such a time I come your way, have a wonderful evening, and God bless you. Thank you, Samuel Bengas. Thank you, Akishino. Thank you, Emmanuel. God bless you. I appreciate you. But share on your wall. I'm going to go to your wall and see if you share it. If only you just listen, that's not good enough for me. I will check your wall and be sure that you share it on your wall. Enjoy the rest of your evening. God bless you, Mr.